Okay, let's finish the glazing on this. The glazing, so we're now going to fit these two longer 45 millimeter long or 4.5 centimeter long panes of glass there, here, and here. Right, and put these in with glue and glaze. These are my tweezers of choice for such a job, because I need something quite wide to be able to go in. This is a set of tweezers of forceps from Action, and it was Ian Bugler 75 who told me about these. He's also got them, he bought them, and he said go, when you go to Action, look for these and get them because they're fantastic. Excellent tools. Thanks, Ian. My wife's never out of Action, so Action's this fantastic shop with all sorts of stuff in. It's a Dutch chain. They don't sponsor me in any way. It wouldn't be bad if they did, but anyway, it's cheap stuff, so no point. You want to maintain your freedom, not to be a foghorn for business. Okay, right, let's get this stuff here fitted. So there's one, and let me pop them on top of something so that I don't, as usual, we're in rubbishy position, but I think that this is the best way to show you what I'm doing. You're right here beside me, the microphone is right beside me. Where's the other bit of glass? Can't you find it? Oh, that's fun. It's not, the other bit of glass is actually in here in the building. There you go. Lovely pair of forceps. Okay, right, glue and glaze now, and then it'll be glass glazing there, and here we'll put some, I've got a clipping of styrene plastic glazing that I'll put here on the doors, unless I see in my clippings to see if I've got some. Apart from with all the glass clippings I have, some of these glass clippings are actually pretty big, so they could be even cut to size, but less glass cutting there is, the better it is. There'll be other projects where I can recycle this stuff all in one piece, but I might have something small enough to go on the doors, but I don't know. Could even not. Could be that. Could it be that? Nah. We'll put plastic on the doors. I did one door with glass. I think that one. I don't remember which one. That one or that one. Okay. Right. Let's get cracking. Some glue and glaze on my bit of cards. I have a whole lot of these card clippings off various boxes I keep. Because after you've used them a bit for the glue and glaze, you put them in the bin. I find that doing it like this, I rarely use the wee nozzle. I have used it in the past on another bottle. Then you have to make sure you rinse it out well. So I prefer to just put a blob on a bit of card and then go with a bit of wire, a toothpick, or a very fine needle to apply my glue and glaze. So I don't really use this thing here. Okay, right, and so today our tool of choice is an old paper clip. Right, so glue and glaze, we've seen it in action before. It makes a very strong bond between the glazing and the plastic. It's excellent for gluing just about anything on plastic. And it's absolutely transparent, which is also a bonus. So I think we'll begin from this one over here. So I'm just going to apply my glue and glaze. There's a nice wee step up there, so we're just going to apply that there. Usual problem of I'll put my hand under the tripod, that's easier. I could have put a bigger blob on my card, I think I might have to. will have to. Let's add some, use some more glue, because we've got to put 2 of them on, so we may as well not be tight-fisted with the glue. So we were mentioning in one of the comments to one of the previous videos of the underneath of the canopy, which I painted white, but yes, it was also handier just to paint the thing white, because it was a good undercoat and I didn't need to worry about the join between the wall and the white wall and the canopy. But having a better look, specifically at Derby Moor railway station, the underneath of canopies is generally, on these old stations, there's wooden panelling, and it's in a sort of off-white. So I'm going to, it'll be this sort of creamy off-white colour, this bone colour, but I'm not going to paint. I'm not going to put paint on there, because it will just overcomplicate my life. I've found another solution, but we'll see that in another video. There will be a video dedicated to the finishing touches, and that will be all in it, and I shall explain. I sound like Poirot, you know, Agatha Christie. Poirot explains. More than Poirot, I'm more like Lieutenant Columbo, because I always add something at the end. There's always some punchline, like saying, one last question, one last thing, it's cheerio, see you next time, and then I'll add something else to the video, blah, 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 blah. My wife says I'm like a broken radio. I speak non-stop. I'm waiting for her to say, yes, I can hear her in another room. My broken radio? She's not replying. It means I am a broken radio. Yes. Okay. Righto. I'm putting a wee bit of glue even here. I'll do this one here on camera, and I'll do the other one over here on my own, because it's just the same. I could show you the doors. I'll make a set. Yeah, she said she married a broken radio, but a radio that doesn't switch off. That's 20 years now. What's the date? The 27th. It's my 20th wedding anniversary today, by the way. Okay, 27th of November. My 20th wedding. It's the 20th wedding anniversary. She didn't hear that. I'll have to remind her.
I don't know what you said.
It's the 20th wedding anniversary today, 27th.
Yes.
20th wedding anniversary.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
20 years married to broken radio, or a scratch record. Okay. Okie doke. So that's that. Time flies, doesn't it? Oh, right. So that's that done. So I've put my glue on here, and we will now proceed to fitting our bit of glass, which I polished up nicely last night after cutting it. There's a nice wee step up there, so I'm going to just drop it in like that. In you go. There. And we'll use a cotton bud to press it down. It's the usual technique. There's a sort of compromise here, and it's a bit. It would have been maybe better to, you know, cut things and put them in individually, but because it's not really super straight, but there. This one's less visible in this corner, so even if it stays up a wee bit there in the corner, it won't These two windows are a bit more visible, I would say. Let's see how it looks. That's okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just going to stick my finger in here a minute and sort of wangle it into space better. There we go, better, that's okay. And we'll wipe it afterwards, so I'm going to let this one here set exactly like this. And now I'll do the other one off camera. We'll come back next clip and we'll do these two here together. Okay, I have fitted the other pane of glass over there, right there, you see, there it is, the glue and glaze is setting. And now we're going to fit, I already fitted another pane of the plastic. This is styrene glazing, here, plastic styrene glazing. And now we're going to do this door here. I managed to recover a piece the size I wanted from a clipping. So I've not had to cut into any fresh styrene glazing sheets, which suits me. We're going to apply the glue and glaze with this very thin laboratory needle now because we're really working in a tight space. And there we are. We don't need much glue, really very little. We want to just make sure that it stays on. There we go. These doors have been fitted where one of them looks slightly open, which is actually interesting. It makes it more realistic. I mean, if they'd been completely flush, I would have just put a bit of glass over it and that was that. But in this case, it makes it more interesting, more realistic. So whoever built this did me a favour. Even putting the windows in the wrong way around became nice. It's okay. I'm pleased by the result. I wasn't too fussy in, painting the frames white. Mainly if we're having a load, if there's a low down camera angle, we can see that in here the windows are not red, they're white. Being white, they also reflect the light. And I'm also going into excessive detail. It's sort of modelers. The modelers mania of hyper detailing things that only the modeler is ever going to see. Oh well, here on YouTube I can actually show them. It's like when I made the Z5 truck in 1/35 scale. I actually made the frame. I think I showed you in the video. I actually made the wooden frame of the cab roof, which was not provided. But I looked at a whole lot of photographs of those Soviet army trucks, and I actually made it using styrene. Right, we've applied the glue. Let's maybe add a wee bit at the bottom, just seeing we've got the glue here, but we don't want to splodge. I don't really want to clean glazing this time, so because we're really working in very, very small dimensions, so it would just be a waste of time. And here's my bit of styrene here, clear styrene glazing, which is good enough. We're now going to, it's a sunny day outside, but the sun was coming in the window, reflecting off the blind, and it was nice and bright, but now the sun's gone behind the block next door, so it's a bit dull in here, so I had to put the top light on as well as the desk lamp. Okay, in we go. toothpick. Toothpick. That's it done. There we go. See the white glue and glaze. Perfect. Wee bit of cotton bud, just press it. I mean, I could have done these even with I could have done all the glazing with a styrene, with a plastic styrene, but I have the microscope test plates, as I was saying, and when you see the light reflected on real glass, it's a completely different story. You've seen me running those Schicht coaches, East German coaches with the clerestories. They've got real glass, which also acts as ballast. And the way real glass reflects the light is exceptional, shall we say. So, then another thing we're going to do, I'm going to fit on the toilet windows. We'll be finished off with some of this tissue paper. This is a tissue paper that's sandwiched in between the microscope test plates in the packet. So the toilet windows will be frosted glass, say like that, and I'll just glue that in place with a spot of glue and glaze, and we'll do that at the end when it's the finishing. I even thought maybe just to colour the windows with Uniposca. Even that would be a solution, but this does a more proper frosted glass effect on the... I even have some plastic. I could have even used a bit of plastic, which is already frosted glass effect. You've seen me on the Jouef shops, but we'll just use this. We have plenty of this stuff here, plenty. Okay, so that's that. But one last clip where I show you the finished, fully glazed model. Well, there's all the glazing complete. You can see how the glass reflects the light better than the plastic. See on that door there, this door here, the styrene glazing, and instead on this other door we have glass. So that's the glazing complete. Here too, the doors have got styrene glazing. And here we have glass glazing. Okay, so that's done. Look at it from inside. Okay, so that's all the glazing complete. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and of course I am looking forward to reading your comments. Cheerio, and see you next time.